Yo, what's up, everybody? This your boy Unlimited Verses, or you can just call me Derek Smith. Thank you so much for tuning in to the podcast. If you're listening on Spotify, Amazon Music, wherever you get your podcast, on Anchor, thank you so much for listening. If you're tuning in to YouTube, go ahead on and hit that sub button, that like, comment below. And speaking of comments, shouts out to J0 to 100. He actually commented on one of my videos and asked me to do more videos about writing tips. And I was like, got you, bro. Give me a minute. And so I did a little bit of research and came across this great article. So, and as always, as I learn, I get a game of you. But before I do that, make sure you go ahead and check me out on Spotify. My song is called Among the Stars. Alright. So the first writing tip for to write better lyrics is to don't just add lyrics just because they rhymes. One of the biggest mistakes many up and coming rappers make is that they feel that each line of a bar has to rhyme. I mean, that all sounds good, but I get into why that's not always the best thing. Even though there are some people who are good at it. Lil Wayne is a genius at making so many words, rhymes, and just different rhyme schemes and things like that. Kendrick Lamar is another one. J. Cole is another. Some people are good at it, but not all of us are on that level yet. We'll get there. I promise you, we'll get there. So, say like for example, if you in one of your lines in the word cash, then your instinct is to wanna and like the next one into hash or bash or fash or something like that, because you know that's just instinct. You want it to rhyme, and that might be the easiest thing to do. But maybe I would say probably you want to, as a beginner, if you're a very beginner, then yes, you might want to look into doing that. You want to take that route just to get your feet wet, just to get used to rhyming words and things like that. But if you are somebody who's looking to improve, then obviously you've been doing it and you want to step it up. You want to go from a beginner to a novice. And so first thing you want to get rid of the belief that that all rap lyrics have to rhyme. Okay, so and the truth is, and this is what I was talking about, was why you don't want to get into that, is because if you force each of your lines to rhymes, if you go by around, there are two things that are more likely to happen. And the first thing is you're gonna obviously limit yourself in what you can say. So like I said with the word cash, if you rhyme with the word cash, then there's only so many words that rhymes with cash, and then not only that, it's gonna have to make sense with the bar too. So that's how you start to paint yourself in that corner, and that's what I call it funneling. That's what I call myself. I do that too. I do that a lot. I funnel myself into the corner, and I be like, what rhymes that's gonna sound good? That's gonna be a good metaphor, and da 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 da. But yeah, you limit what you can say, and when you do that, like I said, there's only so many ways. So, and the second thing you do is you increase your chances of sounding like everybody else. If there like I said, there are a lot of people who does like simple like A B A B A B, and that's what I'm talking about, that pattern. You don't have to go A B A B A B for every line. You can go A B, skip a line, then A again, then skip another line, then B or something like that. You know, it doesn't always has to be symmetrical all the way down as far as the rhyming on the ends. So and neither of those traps that you want to fall into. So instead of putting emphasis on just rhyming, rhyming and words, instead you want to have a good mix of rhyming and flow. Something that we all probably could get better at. Yeah, that came out real smooth. Anyway, the second thing that you're gonna want to do the second tip is that good rap lyrics should have a beginning, middle, end. In other words, you're gonna want to try to tell a story. While freestyle rap is good for showcasing your individual ability to think on the spot and highlight your punchlines and bars, they can only take you so far. Like, I think even Snoop Dogg, there's this interview where Snoop Dogg, where he was first starting out, where I want to say DOC, because DOC was like one of the main writers for Death Row. DOC wrote a lot of Death Row records. But anyway, he explained to Snoop that you can't just like rap, because Snoop used to rap in like freestyle form where you just rap. You got to structure that. You need a beginning, middle. And once he learned that, he realized that obviously he went on the start and became who he is now that we all know and love. So what you want to do is basically pick a subject and stick with it as best as you can from start to finish. In essence, you want to learn how to make a story progress. Obviously, it's going to need the beginning, middle, and the end. So, for example, let's say you choose to rap about how you went from living in one neighborhood to a better one later on. You can start the first verse off by talking about how you originally lived, and then go on to talk about the actions you took to move forward and change things up. Then finally talking about to where you are now and how things have changed for you. In the chorus, you can have some lyrics which bind the whole story together, which offers an overview for the main message of the song, like something hopeful, something inspiring. Like I said, this is just example. But like I said, this is also a template for a lot of songs. So just learn how to tell a story and be consistent. Have an introduction, followed by a bulk of the story and a conclusion. Those are the main points for that. As far as that. Keep in mind that there's no better being able to tell a story in music form is a great art form that is very highly underrated. Write about real life and let people relate to your lyrics. So in the article says another way you can write better lyrics is to bring into things that people can relate to. And the best way to do this is to write about things that happen in real life, often on a day-to-day basis. This is good for writing battle lyrics, they say. So like, it's too easy to grow up listening to other rappers and feel what they rap about is what you should have to rap about. Obviously, there's a great pressure with that. When you grow up around a certain type of rap, you feel like if you rap that you're gonna have to do that rap too. It's not always the case. That's what they talk about being real. But like I said, it's what other people talk about, your reality, whether it's, like I said, other people's reality can be your reality too. We all have one shared reality. Let's see. And the next thing is to add more or less words or like change up your speed. When you write rap lyrics, you need to think about more than just the words you're saying. As well as writing good words into your lyrics, you need to think about how those words are going to be delivered. That's why when you write, it's good to like say those out loud. That's something I have a trouble with. I don't always do that. It goes in my head. I just read it in my head. I'm like, okay, this sounds good. And then when I record it on the mic, it's like, it's not sounding right. That's because when you talk, it's not the same as how you think it. The words leaving your mouth is different, and you need to practice for that. And that's something that a lot of people don't realize. And it took me a long time to learn that lesson right there. And that's why freestyling is good. It's a good starting point. It can help you get your vocals, get your confidence, and let you know what words take how long to say. Because certain words with certain syllables take longer. Obviously, words with 4 or 5 syllables are going to take longer to say than words with 2 syllables, things like that. And not only that, depending on where you're from, you need to know how other people hear you, because how you sound is not how you hear yourself is not how other people hear you. Me being from Mississippi, obviously I still sometimes have a little southern accent. it goes in and out here and there. But so where you from or where you live at plays a big role in your lyrics and your delivery and your flow and things like that too. So you need to be mindful of that. Let me see. And the last one is, for this one, I'm going to cut this was off. My battery's dying. I did not charge my camera enough because I wanted to hurry up and record this video. But anyway, the last one is to push yourself out of your comfort zone when writing your lyrics. And I'm just going to read this point for point. The last point I want to give to you to this is to push yourself, push your boundaries when it comes to lyric writing. It is all too easy to fall into the habit of writing about the same kind of subject, i.e. guns, sex, alcohol, gangbang, things like that. All this stuff comes easy. I call that like freestyle practice stuff. That's stuff that you come up with when you freestyle and practice. But anyway, it's all too easy to fall into the habit and write in that same kind of style. If it's not broken, if it's not fixed it. I mean, he said if it's not broken, then don't fix it, right? That's kind of true, yes and no. Like, you want to stick to your niche, but at the same time, you want to push yourself. It's you run the risk of sounding stale. You're gonna sound the same. You're gonna sound too predictable. You don't want to do that. That's it for there. Let me know what you think. This video felt a little bit of rush. I probably should have. There was another article I wanted to do, but like I said, I wanted to get this video out as soon as possible. So hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think. Thank you for listening. If you listen to this on the podcast Anchor, about Spotify by way of Anchor, check me out. I'm also on Amazon Music. You can check me out there. I got beats on pretty much everywhere. I got BeatStar. Check out my BeatStar. Check me out YouTube. Go ahead and hit that sub, and y'all stay true. Peace.